What's that word you use?
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Spoilers!
Spoilers. 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 I like that word.
I thought you might.
As one of the newer Doctor Who novels I've read recently, Engines of War takes us on a dark adventure with the War Doctor, as played excellently by John Hurt in the 50th anniversary special, Day of the Doctor. This novel takes place before Day of the Doctor, however the exact placement in the War Doctor's timeline is unknown. Due to him being described in his aged appearance as when we saw him in Day of the Doctor, and his resolution to end the war at the end of the novel, I personally believe that this novel takes place right before the events of Day of the Doctor. The Doctor has been sent by Rassilon to find the Master after his desertion of the front lines of Arcadia, wherever in doing so he gets caught up in a skirmish between battle TARDISes and the Daleks over the planet Moldox. After crash landing on the planet and meeting Cinder, his tough, no-nonsense companion for this adventure, he finds that the Daleks are creating a new paradigm. No, not that one. A new kind of special weapons Dalek, referred to in the book as the Temporal Weapons Dalek, capable of eradicating any being from time altogether. Think very angry, very xenophobic DMAC gun and you get the idea. However, when the Doctor finds out that the Daleks' true intentions are to harness temporal radiation from a nearby anomaly over the planet, in order to build a temporal cannon that can be fired at Gallifrey, he has to decide the fate of everyone not only on Gallifrey, but also on the planet Moldox. The story itself is very much that of a classic and in some ways overused Doctor Who Dalek story format. The Daleks are evil, the Doctor needs to stop them, the Daleks lose and the Doctor wins, but of course at a cost. However, what makes this novel stand out from any other stories is mainly because it deals with an incarnation of the Doctor we know very little about, and even if the story format seems all too familiar, you may find yourself still reading onwards in order to fathom more mysteries and information about this lesser-known incarnation. As well as the front lines of the Dalek battles against the Time Lords, we're also presented with several chapters set on Gallifrey itself, a glimpse into the inner workings of the Time War, and, as those who are familiar with the end of time will know, the depths the Time Lords are willing to sink to end the war.
You never saw what was born. But if the time lock's broken, then everything's coming through. Not just the Daleks, but the Skaro degradations. The horde of travesties. The nightmare child. The could-have-been king with his army of meanwhiles and never word. The war turned into hell. That's what they were planning. In the final days of the war. I had to stop them.
However, if at this point you're thinking this is just another new series novel, think again. The novel expands on quite a large piece of classic history in what became of Barusa after he was trapped in Rassilon's tomb at the end of the Five Doctors. Rassilon's tomb, and by extension the Death Zone, are also revisited, as well as one or two nods to the classic series, and even a subtle hint at some of the men the War Doctor will become in his personal future.
Funny thing, Mr. Lux, I don't want to see everyone in this room dead.
All in all, Engines of War presents a rejuvenated form of the classic Dalek story outline. It adds more history to a lesser written about incarnation of the Doctor, and presents a dark story that fits well into the era of his many lives.